I saw she slip, I saw she slide, oh. I make her push it inside, oh. Hey, what a girl can ride, oh. Hey, what a girl can ride. I saw she slip, I saw she slide, oh. I make me push it inside, oh. One no wicked ride, oh.
So Masicka is set to release this new single, Slip and Slide, this Friday, I think tomorrow. And boy, be I tell you people, this song is causing a lot of, conversation and controversy on social media right now. You know what I mean? So we saw Masicka preview the song, Slip and Slide. And I must say, from the time I heard the song, I heard I can't remember that Hill and Gully, that's an old time song. I can't remember what year that song came out. Right? I can't remember who did the song. Hey, y'all don't come for me on this one. It's a song that's out there. And if you grew up in the, in the 70s, in the 80s, on up to the 90s, you guys know about that song. You know what I mean? Now, Masicka and the Genius decide to come together and do this one because you don't know this one is being produced by Stephen the Genius, right? We saw Stephen the Genius. He worked with Movado, worked with Alkaline, I know. He worked with Vibes Cartel, all heap artists, but I'm just, just to point out a few. With Genius, work with these artists and kind of like, his chemistry with the artists, them, is totally different, you know what I mean? So, a lot of people was waiting and anticipating to hear what Masicka go forward with on this new single with him and the Genius. So now Masicka, he went Slip and Slide. The thing is, Elephant Man also had sampled that same song, that Hill and Gully, right? And Elephant Man did a song about it. I didn't even remember that, you know what I mean, to be honest with you. But then someone went and dig it up, right? And now they're, plastering this song all over social media, saying Masicka is a thief, he's a crook, him steal Elephant Man song, or is he paying homage to Elephant Man, and, a bag of things. Even though Elephant Man sample a whole lot of people's songs, them too, you know what I mean? So Masicka and the Genius, because me personally, I think this was more like the Genius idea, since he's the producer. And Masicka vocals on this single, he can deliver a song like this, because I'm hearing the song and I'm telling you, the song sound good. No biasness, not go wrong, not because Hardball TV say Gully Vendetta. It might be surprised to some Vendetta fans or Gully Side fans, but this one sound nice. It actually sound better than the Elephant Man sample, if you ask me. You know what I mean? So Elephant Man did it before, Masicka doing it now. Sampling, this track. Now the cadence, I can see where people are saying, the cadence, it seems like he's riding off of Elephant Man cadence in the sound that Elephant Man did. But I'm not going to say it's Masicka per se, because like I said, the Genius is the producer of this one. So maybe it's an idea that the Genius came up with and said, well, yo, Masicka, we can work with this right now, because summertime soon forward, all of these things, and a song like this, it will go take off for the summer. I'm waiting to see that. It's not impossible, you know what I mean? Because it have that carnival, feeling, that summer vibe, that, you know what I mean? Party, vibes, So I'm going to wait and see. It kind of remind me like when Masicka did They Don't Know My Story, right? And I had called out that song. I said that song was going to be a hit for Masicka because it had that carnival sing with, you know what I mean? Oh, them are going like me hungry. And if you listen to the rhythm, it had like the steel pans, the steel drums, and, and I was like, bro, this one is going to take off for Masicka, and it did. I'm getting the same vibes here with this one here, so for Masicka, right? So people are saying Masicka sample the Hill and Gully as Elephant Man did. Same cadence. I have to wait till the full song release, to hear exactly what Masicka is saying. But boy, me I tell you people, it sound good. Me not go wrong that the song sound good. You know what I mean? And maybe great minds think alike. I don't know. Like I said, the genius working with Masicka and decide to put out this one right now. Seems like it's gonna, reach places. And I must say, it's kind of smart, knowing that we're in the, the atmosphere right now, like summertime. The carnival vibes and all of these things. It just seems like that is gonna work. For Masicka right now. I don't know. I'm just saying. You feel me? But anyway, let's play. And I can't remember who this content creator name is or who pointed this out, right? Because I like to give credit where credit is due. But I'm gonna play the video where this person is talking about Masicka sampling the Hill Gully the Elephant Man did before, but he's using like the Elephant Man cadence. You know what I mean? The song they have the same cadence, right? But like I said, I would still have to wait to hear the full Masicka song, right? And you guys can go back and check out the Elephant Man song and tell me, tomorrow when this song drop, if Masicka really just, or if him and the Genius just really, pirate Elephant Man song, right? The Elephant Man that sample, the Hill and Gully, you know, um, that sample there too, you know. But you guys let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, all right, people? But anyway, you guys check this out. Let me know what you guys think.
Then what is the excuse now? Or let me just put it this away. Is Elephant Man Masicka idol? Or did he pay Elephant Man for those lyrics? Listen up. Do what? Listen. Listen again. Alright then. Over here so now.
I saw she slip, I saw she slide, oh. I make her push it inside, oh. Hey, what a girl can ride, oh. Hey, what a girl can ride. I saw she slip, I saw she slide, oh.
Go back over here so again.
When we put it inside, oh. On that thing that she a glide, oh. She a slip and she a slide, oh.
Well, nothing wrong if Masicka look up the Elephant Man, cause Elephant Man are the biggest pirate in a dancehall. I mean that with respect. You see me I say. So all this time me the thing say Masicka did look up to Bunty and all of those people. When truth and in fact it was Elephant Man.
So you guys heard that for yourself, right? And that content creator is saying that Masicka, basically stole Elephant Man song, and he said what he said. But when I listened to the Elephant Man song, it was more like on a up tempo, more kind of beat, right? Knowing Elephant Man, the energy god. What the genius did here is like he kind of slowed it down. And to me, like I said, the Masicka song, Slip and Slide, I don't know if that was the title of Elephant Man's song, that he put out back then, or if it was Hill Gully. I don't know, you know. But you guys can correct me in the comment section. What I do know is that the genius slowed this one down. It's more clear, more clarity. It's kind of like a more refined, song when I'm listening to the Masicka, Slip and Slide, and like I said, you hearing the rhythm, the beat, the drum puns, you know what I mean. You hearing everything more clear, you know. But to say Masicka, because if Elephant Man sample it, right, and now Masicka sampling it, is it a case where people can say, well, oh, Elephant Man did it first, but he also sampled Hill and Gully, just like, oh, Stephen the Genius and Masicka is sampling it now, but their song is better than Elephant Man song. That's why the comparison is gonna be there. I don't know. It's not me to say. I'm just pointing out the obvious, just like that other YouTube blogger was pointing out the obvious. But me personally, I think Masicka song is a way better song. That's just my opinion, And I heard people say Elephant Man came out when I guess when he heard the preview of the song, and Elephant Man, was reacting to it. I don't have that video as of right now, you know. Maybe I give you guys a different update on that. But as of right now, we have to wait till the full song drops. So tomorrow, Friday, the song I think is going to be released by Masicka and his team, produced by Steven the Genius. So we still have to wait and see. Now this song is also with a visual, you know what I mean? So, we just have to wait and, watch the video, listen to the song, and, see what Masicka and the Genius is going with this one. My thing is, like I said, since he's working with the Genius, knowing the Genius being that producer that likes to sample, that likes to vice artists on these retro rhythms, you know, to me it's neither here nor there. You know what I mean? It's where the song is gonna go right now. And like I said, I saw Steven the Genius did it with Movado with Bubble and Brace, right? When he brought back that 70 or that 60, 70, 80, kind of vibe with that single that with Movado. He did the song with Alkaline, right? What was it? Give our money, pitch up the two breasts, and then that's what we do best. What was the song game we did with Alkaline when people was like, oh, this is what Alkaline released with the Genius? But Alkaline went, it's like Alkaline went like a Badman kind of, mix Badman lyrics, and then he's talking about the females and this. What I'm saying is Alkaline is the only one that went different and didn't get a visual with that single, right? The song is in my head, but I can't remember the title of the song that he did with the Genius, right? But I remember Alkaline doing that song, and people was like, wait, this is what Alkaline decided to drop with it. And the sounded bad to me, The sounded bad, But, it's Alkaline, so, what it. What was the song? And he's talking about money, talking about girls, talking about badness. He said, give her, pinch up the two breasts, and that's what we do best. Oh man, I can't remember the title of the song right now. But the Genius always doing these things. You know what I mean? Like I said, he did it with Movado too, with that Bubble and Brace. They give you that old time vibes there, And now we seen he's doing it with Masicka, where they're sampling this Hill and Gully, this old time, sample. And the sound of it, I personally like it. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's because I can go back in my memory and say, well, I heard this before. It was a smashing single. I can't even remember if it was more like a calypso or soca, or if it was a reggae or what do we call a mento, or one of those songs that's been sampled here, But I like the sample. You know what I mean? I like this sample right here. I'm just being honest. But I'm waiting to see where this song is gonna go, how far, it's gonna reach, and we will take it from there. But right now, the song is set to be released tomorrow. People with a visual, and we just have to wait and see. But from the preview right now, I'm not gonna call it a smashing hit or a hit. All I'm saying, I really like what I'm hearing from this single here with Masicka. You know what I mean? And like I said, we're about to hit the summer. A lot of party, a lot of carnival. That's the atmosphere for the summertime. So I think with him and Masicka, dropping this single right now, it might work for Masicka, right? It might work. I strongly believe it might work, and it might take off. You know what I mean? But no. We know Alkaline, definitely his girl songs. Gal Good is dominating the place right now. But that song, it gives me a different vibes to this song that Masicka is set to release here. You know what I mean? Not to say that that song that Alkaline released, Gal Good, that song could play anywhere. The girl, them are gonna love it, them are gonna rate it because it's just like an anthem for the ladies, right? With this one, I can't really say that as of right now because it is a girl song, same way, different cadence, you know, different vibes, different rhythm, you know. But to be honest, I like what I'm hearing so far from Masicka on this one right here, Slip and Slide. So we just gonna wait for the song and the video to be released tomorrow, and Hardball TV definitely gonna give you guys a next update on this. But I want you guys to tell me what y'all think about this right now in the comment section. Is Masicka stealing Elephant Man song? Because the cadence is the same, but you gotta remember they both sampling a old time retro, song. You know what I mean? So it just leads me to wonder, right? Is it a case where both of them sample the song, but whose song better, or whose song is the best? I would have to say Masicka right now, even though Elephant Man did it before. And people might say, well, yeah, but that's back then, and it was a different time and a different atmosphere. That's fine, and that is also true. But we in a different atmosphere, different day and age right now in this day and time. And to me, Masicka song just sounds more better. So with that said, people, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section, right? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure your post notification bell is ringing, all right? And stay tuned. Hardball TV gonna keep you guys posted. But I want you guys to let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, all right, people? Voice your opinion. Let me know what you guys think about this Masicka new single set to release tomorrow, Friday. Slip and Slide. You know what I mean? And let me know if you guys like the song. And whether you're a Vendetta fan, Gully fan, Masicka fan, Popcorn fan, Unruly fan, whatever the case may be, good music is just good music. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's because we're going into the summer. And this one that Masicka set to release, it just sounds good to me. All right? Bless up on yourself, people.
Hey, what a girl can ride. I saw she slip, I saw she slide on. I make me push it inside, yo. One no wicked rider. One no wicked rider.
God know me sorry, me can't read it dark. I would have big up someone, I tell you now. Someone name spell fuck up youth and look fuck up. And even gonna try pronounce it. So just big up everybody, isn't it? Yeah.